That's the Shaskeen Cayley Band, a couple of jigs, Queen of the Fair and Daniel O'Connell, and they'll begin with some more of that great music a little later on. Now we have a very special guest on the programme this evening. We're delighted to see him here in the studio. He's been in to see us a couple of times before, I think in the last 2 or 3 years. Max T. Barnes from Nashville. He's on tour over here in Ireland and England for the next 3 months. You're very welcome to the programme, Max.
Michael, you're the friendliest fella in country music. How are you doing?
Well, that's a nice accolade. I feel even better after that now. Good to have you with us. And you're a busy man. You're a busy man. You're visiting these shows quite regularly now, aren't you?
Yes, sir. We've been over, maybe 6 times in the last 3 years. And just touring around this time, releasing a brand new CD, and doing a lot of shows, going all over this time. It's going to be a really, really lot of fun.
And it's a 3 months tour this time.
Three months, yes. My wife's glad to see me go and glad to see me come back, so that'll work good. She's going to come over for a few weeks in the middle, but it's going to be a long tour, and we're really enjoying this tour and getting to stay long enough to meet a lot of new friends.
That's good. Well, we'll talk about the tour now shortly, but you last came to see us, I think it was December last year.
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing since then? I'm keeping an eye on you, and I know you've been recording a few duets with people.
Sure. You know what we did was we was over in December to shoot a video with Lisa Stanley called "Looking for a Girl."
Very popular song.
And we enjoyed that, and Lisa's a real talent, and we had that single out, and it seemed to do pretty well. So we went out to Dallas just a few weeks ago to shoot some brand new videos for some things coming out on this record. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that's good. In fact, we played yourself and Lisa earlier on in the program.
Oh yeah, she's the better part of that one.
You're very gracious, Max. Yeah, and you recorded with Johnny Brady.
Johnny Brady, yes. The Crack, we did, I think it's been 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago, came over and did something similar. We met up in Belfast, and Johnny's just a great guy. And I know probably everybody knows Johnny at some personal level if you've been to his shows, but what a prince. What a great, great guy. And
what a great worker on stage as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. His whole crew is just a bunch of gentlemen, and his fans are just the best. So we had a really good run with a song called The Crack.
That's The Crack.
The Crack. And we had we have The Crack every time we go out. I'm going over to Scotland with Johnny here soon, and I may do some dates yet here in the States, or here in Ireland. I'm confused. So Johnny's great.
Yeah, in fact, Johnny was one of our ICMR 2015 award winners, and I had the pleasure of presenting him with his award in Mayo there a few months ago. Well deserved.
Yes, he's really, he's always been really strong, but it seems like he's really coming on here lately too. Yeah.
Let's have a listen to a track off the album now.
Super.
In fact, we'll take the title track, which I particularly like, the Storms of Life. Here it is, Max T. Barnes.
There's a dirty piece of cardboard that reads Montgomery Ward, taped across the window of my old Ford. A 6-pack on the front seat and a box of chicken wings, dialing across the radio for a song that I can sing. I better change my wandering ways. Lord knows I've seen my better days, always getting high when I get low. Well, I left my soul out in the rain. Lord, what a price I've had to pay. The storms of life are washing me away. An old mail pouch tobacco sign fading on the barn, bringing back sweet memories of Mama's farm, when love was just a country girl who lived on down the road. You know, she almost had me turned around, but that was years ago. I better change my wandering ways. Lord knows I've seen my better days, always getting high when I get low. Well, I left my soul out in the rain. Lord, what a price I've had to pay. The storms of life are washing me away. Yeah, the storms of life are washing me away.
That's the title track of Max T. Barnes' brand new album, The Storms of Life. And Max is my studio guest this evening. We're absolutely delighted to have him. He's on tour from Nashville. Now, apart from singing and playing and touring, Max, you've been holding songwriting seminars, workshops.
I do. I go around the world and teach people the hard lessons I've figured out after 30 years as a songwriter on Music Row, and usually it's just a few things that songwriters are doing that really hold them back. And my favorite part about teaching these seminars, one, is that I learn a lot myself from some of these folks, a lot of talented
That was going to be
folks.
one of my questions, actually.
Yeah,
Do you take something away from them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the second thing is just that watching people, when I tell them, some of these things that I lay out, just watching their faces going, I never thought of that before. But it's, I've been doing it my whole life, and, there's just things you can't avoid learning after 3 decades of doing the same dumb thing.
And I'm sure they were all very well attended, these the seminars.
The seminar we did at the McWilliam Hotel in Claremorris, that was very fun. We had a good show on that. You know who showed up and came to that was Michael Commons. He came and attended, and he's a songwriter himself.
Oh,
and he and I
success,
enjoyed each other. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing another one Saturday down in Athlone.
Yeah. Excellent. Did you collaborate with Michael at all on the songwriting? He does a little bit of collaboration now with different artists.
Not yet, but we talked about it. We had a big old time. We talked about we'll probably, if the time permits, we might get to write some songs together while I'm here on this tour. So.
Excellent. And what's the view that you've come away with from these seminars about Irish songwriters? Do you feel there's a lot of talent there, a lot of
absolutely
inspiration?
Mostly what I get from the Irish songwriters is heart. There's a lot of feelings and emotions that they tie into their songs. And that's a great thing, because country music is about telling stories.
It is indeed, yes.
Absolutely. And the Irish are dear to me in that I'm the same way. I love to go for the heart and either make them cry or make them laugh, So
I think that's the essence of country music.
Yes,
we're very nostalgic with our music.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. The nostalgia. If you can put that down into words, it's a hard thing to get your hands on. But if you can do that, you can really move people, and that's what people want.
Yeah, and you came away yourself with some ideas from these workshops to maybe reinforce your own songwriting skills.
Absolutely. When I started doing this, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I've been to Australia twice, and I've been here 6 times, and all over Dallas, Denver, LA, all over the States. And I do these, and I've had teachers tell me that that's the same way as I've learned more probably than the folks sitting out there watching me, because I'm listening to my own words, and I'm going, well, next time I sit down to write a song, I'll start and I'll say, wait, now what are you doing? Apply your own rules, So that has really brought me a long way, and really tidies up my time that I spend, because I just signed a new contract on Music Row, writing another term. I'm with 1111 Publishing there in town, and they launched Alan Jackson and Keith Urban, so it's a great company, and I'm still full-time songwriting, so I better get my act together.
So the seminars have been good. They've been a two-way street, if I can describe it.
Absolutely, and it's fun. And you know what about the seminars is, I'm not talking over your head. You will understand everything I say. I don't use some weird terms. We have a lot of laughs. We laugh all day. There's videos, there's clips, there's slides. I make you understand every part of songwriting, and it's the whole package of what you need to know if you want to write hit songs and get them sold. The name of the seminar is Write Better Songs and Get Them Cut.
That's absolutely it. Yeah, a couple of messages. One in from one of our regular listeners in Omagh in County Tyrone. Catherine, she wants to say a big hello to you.
Oh, super. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
And also more good friends, Patsy and Rita McCartney in Ottawa in Canada. Michael, please say hello to Max T again from us. He has certainly been recording some great songs since his last visit to your studio, and we wish you continued success, Max. And that's from Patsy and Rita.
Oh, Patsy and Rita, I appreciate you. That does the heart good. That's why we do it out here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So there are listeners. If you'd like to say hello to Max, why don't you drop us a message via the red button on the webpage, or you can email me at icmrrequests@gmail.com. We'll take another song from Max now, from the brand new album, and this one is called Love Me.
I read a note my grandma wrote back in 1923. Grandpa kept it in his coat, and he showed it once to me. He said, boy, you might not understand, but a long, long time ago, Grandma's daddy didn't like me none, but I loved your grandma so. We had this crazy plan to meet and run away together, get married in the first town we came to and live forever. But nailed to the tree we were supposed to meet instead, I found this letter, and this is what it said. If you get there before I do, don't give up on me. I'll meet you when my chores are through, but I don't know how long I'll be. But I'm not gonna let you down, darling, wait and see. And between now and then, till I see you again, I'll be loving you. Love me. I read those words just hours before my grandma passed away, in the doorway of the church where me and Grandpa stopped to pray. You know, I'd never seen him cry in all my 15 years. But as he said these words to her, his eyes filled up with tears. If you get there before I do, don't give up on me. I'll meet you when my chores are through, but I don't know how long I'll be. But I'm not gonna let you down, darling, wait and see. And between now and then, till I see you again, I'll be loving you. till I see you again. I'll be loving you. Love me.
Beautiful song there. That's Love Me, another one of the great songs written by Max T. Barnes, my guest in the studio this evening, and that's taken from the new album Storms of Life. Now, Max, just remind us of some of the great songs that you've written yourself and which have been recorded by other artists. Indeed, a number of them have become standards, haven't they?
We've been really blessed. Yes, sir. Love Me is one I wrote.
Of course, yeah.
And that song has really been fantastic. You know, Colin Ray called me some time back. He said, "Can you believe it, Max T? We're 25 years ago that song came out and was a hit." And it just seems crazy it's been that long ago. But Colin had just a great hit with that, and because he's such a good singer and a super nice guy. If you've never seen him live, you'll just come away with your heart full because he's a great guy. And he's been a great friend. But he invited me down. He recut his 25 greatest hits. And that Love Me was 25 years ago. So he's doing the 25 Greats Tour or something like that this year. And I went down to the studio and we enjoyed each other and laughed and everything. It was a blast. So that one, Diamond Rio, had a 3 weeks at #1 with them, a song called That's How Your Love Makes Me Feel.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had 9 #1s and hits and sold a good few records, and that's kind of how I afford to come out here and do these tours, and it's just a lot of fun.
Well, I have a message from another one of our regular listeners who's looking to get a copy of your CD. It's a good friend of ours down under in New South Wales in Australia, Rick Nash.
All right.
And Rick would like me to pass on a big hi to you.
All right.
And also ask, would it be possible to get a signed copy of his CD?
Absolutely. You can go to my website, maxtbarnes.com, and click the button, and it will come to you.
Well, there you are now, Rick. It's a great album indeed. You'll enjoy it when you get it. Thanks for that. Now, of course, you have a great songwriting pedigree. It runs in the family. Your father was the famous Max D. Barnes.
My hero, Max D. What a great dad and a great songwriter, and I miss him a lot. He's been gone for about 12 years now, but he taught me everything I know about songwriting and being a man, and he was a great father, and he wrote some of the greatest songs of, our time. Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes by George Jones.
Of course, yeah.
Look at Us by Vince Gill. You're Going Out the Same Way You Came In by Big Tom.
That's been a huge hit for Big Tom here.
Sure.
Yeah, and other artists. Yeah.
And, Storms of Life, the one you played a minute ago, he wrote that song. As a matter of fact, I was a boy when he wrote that.
Right.
And I remember when Randy cut it, I remember going to the Platinum Party. Because Randy Travis sold 1 million records, and that was unheard of in Nashville at that time. And getting to meet Randy and at that very first Platinum Party that he did. Now that one went on to sell 5 million records.
Lord.
That's a ton of records.
Yes.
So it was great. Being part of that whole era of great country music, like Randy and George Jones, Merle Haggard. I met Merle Haggard at my dad's kitchen table. A lot of fun growing up around those country music superstars. And looking back,
that must have been tremendous.
It really was. Looking back, it was. Now that I almost kind of feel the enormity of it, when you're inside of it, you don't really realize. But I've got some. That's why I encourage people to come out to my shows. I have so many stories to tell. I can't tell them all, but we get a lot of laughs out of the ones I get to share. There's only so much time in the night.
Well, having been to your show, I can vouch for how enjoyable the shows are. Now, do you have a view on the current American country music scene, where it's going, where it's at, where it's going?
Absolutely. I had one released yesterday in actually the rock and roll scene. John Christopher Davis just came out with a new song called Vinyl Revival. Actually, I think it just dropped yesterday. And it's already doing really well. It's a beautiful video, and he, in the middle of it, he's he and a bunch of friends, he jumps into the pool with a guitar, and not just a fake guitar. It's like a real nice guitar. Yeah, right into the pool with a guitar. It's like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I hope it's an acoustic one.
No, it's a really nice Telly. Yeah, it's too bad, but John's a great guy. And then I have Trace Atkins just cut one recently from my new publishing deal, and that song's called "I'm Gone," and he's got a record out right now, and fingers crossed it'll be the next single.
Mm-hmm. So the American country music scene is alive and well and kicking, and
absolutely. There's a new crop of type of music, and these waves come and go of different stuff, and this is their time for that sort. But there's new folks like Mo Pitney. He's coming out with some country music.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about Mo Pitney. I've played him a couple of times recently.
Yeah, he's a good kid and loves country music. As a matter of fact, he did a remake of Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes on the Opry, and they released that as a CD. So my dad's still getting more cuts than I am.
Well, there you go.
The other thing is that I got a call from some record company that said the Time Jumpers just cut one of your dad's songs. Vince Gill did a song that they wrote together. Again, my dad's still getting more cuts than me, and he's not here.
Well, this last half hour, you've mentioned some great American country singers. You know them all, Max.
I do know most of them,
Yeah.
Can't get away from me.
Now, just before we do finish, and it's been an absolute delight to have you in the studio this evening, Max, just tell us a little bit about the tour at the moment. Where will you be appearing? What countries are you taking in this time around? And
it's a big one. It's long. I'm going to England in about 2 weeks. I've got a seminar there in London, songwriter seminar, and a good few shows that week. This Saturday I'll be in Athlone at the Tour Art Center, doing a songwriter seminar. So if you write poems or songs, or you feel like you want to take your songwriting to the next level, you can go to maxtbarnes.com and get your tickets there, or pay at the door. That's this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. It's an all-day thing. I'll be with the Sheeran Family Band at Cooney's. Again, that was a great time last year. We had everybody singing along to the songs. It's great when they know all the songs and they sing along. That was really fun. That's on July 3rd. And then I'm finalizing the details, but I'm opening for, it looks like, the Willis Clan at the INEC.
Right. Very, very talented family.
That's a big old place. So, and they're great friends. We write some together. I write with Jessica back in Nashville, and they're super talented. If you haven't seen a Willis Clan show, don't cheat yourself. Go see one. It's awesome.
Must do. They certainly sent me a lot of their material this last while, which I've been sorting through. So
absolutely. Then I'm off to Sweden to do the Linkoping. And I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but the Linkoping Country Music Festival. I'm headlining that. That'll be fun, and I'm doing 3 or 4 other shows. And then I'm off to England again, touring around. I'm going to be doing a show with Lisa Stanley at in Wolverhampton, and a good few shows on either side of that. And then I'm back here to Ireland to do some more shows. Hopefully that Willis Clan date will solidify, and gosh, just everywhere. So please come see me.
You're very busy.
Yeah, come see me. We're going to be busy. I'd love to make new friends, shake your hand, sign your record for you, and look forward to meeting you.
Now, I have another message in this from a very good friend of this program on our station, Kathy Paradise in Warwick, Rhode Island, USA. And Kathy says, hello, Michael. Thanks for inviting Max back to visit again. What a gift he has for songwriting, writing great songs. The track you played, Love Me, is very touching. I think you should go to his seminar. Maybe it will push you to write the songs you've been promising. Kathy's been on to me for a long while, because I've done a little bit of songwriting in the past and recording, so I've got no excuse now, have I? Kathy also says, I love the song he and Lisa Stanley recorded. She is a friend of mine and a really nice young lady. Best of luck to Max in Ireland. I'm sure he will enjoy the crack.
All right. Well, Kathy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kathy, for that lovely message there.
From the smallest state in the U.S. with the biggest heart.
Absolutely. Well, that's a lovely way of putting it. Well, Max, I've enjoyed our discussion today, and thanks again for taking the time to call in to see us. And,
Michael, every time I'm up here, you're always so gracious, and you have me in. Thank you so much.
You're always very welcome to drop in and see us. And can we wish you all the best with the current tour and the songwriting seminars and your own performances, and you make sure you come back and see us again.
Thank you, Michael. God bless.
Now, we'll finish with another track from the new album, which is entitled Storms of Life. And if you'd like to get the album, check it out on Max's website. And the title of this one really appealed to me, The Wild Irish Rose.
Oh, yeah. This is one I rearranged an old song I used to hear my mom and her sister sing, and I chose to do it in a kind of a fast way. So it's a lot of fun. Some great players, Brent Mason and Glenn Duncan, playing on this. They tear it up.
Well, we'll have a listen to it. And thanks again, Max, and all the very best for the future. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you, buddy.